All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judge Law, and we are going to begin with our first appearance misdemeanor calendar. Courtroom 2, are we ready? Or are we waiting for folks to come in?
We're ready.
Okay. As I was saying, this is going to be our first appearance calendar for this Saturday, which is March 22nd, 2025. These are cases in which individuals who were recently arrested and booked at the Fulton County Jail, their cases have now been formally accused by the Solicitor General of Fulton County. This would be the defendant's first appearance before a judicial officer. I will let you know what is your new case number, the charges brought against you, to appoint counsel where necessary if you cannot afford one, and to set a bond. Please remember that if you are charged with one or more misdemeanor offenses, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to represent you. For bond considerations, what we're going to be doing is not only reviewing any criminal record history you may have, consider any open cases you also have, as well as to look at the allegations set forth in the warrants in your particular case. I will also consider the arguments of counsel before I set a bond. Certain individuals may receive what we call a signature bond, in which you would not have to pay for the bond, but you would have to comply with certain conditions in order to maintain the signature status. Otherwise, you may receive what we call a surety bond or a cash bond, in which you would have to pay for the bond either through a bonding company or out of your own pocket. Now, if we have family members or individuals or victims who are not courthouse staff and you are appearing via Zoom, please make sure that your video is off and your audio is muted. You may turn your video on and unmute when you hear the particular case you're interested in addressing. But presently, video off and audio muted. Thank you. If you need assistance, our host, Miss Grace, will make sure that your video and your audio are switched off. Miss Grace, I think we can do that for Miss Jo Smith and Michelle Mays, please. Thank you. Quorum 2, who do we have first?
Position number 3, Fears.
Okay. This is Tony Fears, accused of simple battery, family violence, and criminal trespass from March 7th, 2024. And case number is 25 CR 1502H. Mr. Fears, you've been advised of your right, and your attorney it will be Miss Hoda Atay. Okay. Any prior?
What's the rest?
All
No.
right. Thank you.
Oh, and number one was released, in case you didn't know.
I did. Okay. So Jordan Blue is released, so that will be further notice. Okay. All right. Miss Simmons, excuse me, Mr. White, any recommendations for Mr. Fierce?
Yes, I do see that this is his first arrest. So the state is offering the SOB pretrial, no further contact with Chandra Williams, stay away from 8064 South Fulton Parkway, Fairburn, Georgia. That's 30213. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and some type of anger management. It's all from the state.
Thank you. And Ms. Atay, do you have any objections to the recommendation?
Your Honor, he is 32 years old and this is his first arrest. I would ask for a signature bond through pretrial services only, and no further contact and a stay away is fine.
Okay, so it's a state's recommendation. On the simple battery, it's going to be 1,500. The trespass is 1,000. It's a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. No further contact with the victim and stay away from the Fairburn location. Mr. Fierce, once you sign up for your bond, you'll be required to report to pretrial once a month. Please be sure that you maintain a current address with the court. So since you're required to stay away from the Fairburn location, within 30 days, make sure we have your correct mailing address. You will need to come to the clerk's office and provide that in writing. No further contact with Chandra Williams. Chandra Williams is on the Zoom. Did she want to be addressed? All right, moving on to the next case.
Number 8, Randall.
Who?
8.
Franklin Randall,
Yes.
thank you. Mr. Randall's accused of simple battery from March 7th of this year, case number 25 CR 1496G. Mr. Randall, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is going to be, is it Miss Atay as well? No, Miss Madison?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And any priors, please?
13. He's been in custody since October. 2 FTAs from 2023. 2020 battery cruelty in the third conviction. 2019 failure to appear. 2018 disorderly conduct of freight conviction.
Thank you. Mr. White, what's the recommendation for Mr. Randall?
$2,000 surety bond, no further contact with Deontay Bryant, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
All right. Ms. Madison,
Yes,
any objection?
Yes, Your Honor. My client has informed me that he does not have the means to actually post money for a surety bond. We are requesting a signature bond as he does have very little income. He also has 3 children, which are financially dependent upon him for his income, and he also suffers from high blood pressure and needs medication. So, Your Honor, we are requesting that he be granted a signature bond.
All right. The bond is going to be $1,000. It is a surety bond. No further contact with Deontay Bryant. Next court date will be, I'm sorry, I didn't catch the next court date. Is it, who is Miss Champion? What
Yes.
is it gonna be?
Yes, ma'am. It's going to be April the 3rd.
All right. This next court date is going to be April the 3rd at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No, position number 2, this is Bridgeport.
Tyson Bridgeford is case 25 CR 1477E, accused of simple battery, family violence, and reckless conduct. Mr. Bridgeford, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney this morning will be Ms. Atay. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
Yeah, I'm assuming these cycles come out of the military, the Marine Corps. I got to fail to obey a general order or regulation and willfully disobey the lawful order of non-commissioned or petty officer. 2023 assault, provoking speech or gesture, and a 2018 disorderly conduct conviction.
Thank you. Mr. White?
Yes, the state would like to see a $2,000 surety bond for the simple battery, family violence, and a $1,000 surety bond for their reckless conduct. Total $3,000 surety bond. No further contact, stay away, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
And from where would he be staying away? I had a
2105 Southwood Boulevard.
Southwood Boulevard, and the I only had Miss Bridgeford's last name. What was the victim's first name?
Holly, Holly.
H-O-L, okay, Southwood. And that's in Atlanta?
Yes, apartment 634.
This was from March 20th, okay. Is there a Holly? Yes, I do see a Holly Bridgeford on Zoom. Miss Bridgeford, did you want to address the court? You need to unmute and start your video. All right, do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes,
What would you like to tell us, Miss Bridgeford?
I do not want that stay away. I would like him to be able to come home, as in we have a 10-month-old child, and I do not believe he intentionally did it.
Is there a reason why you believe that it was unintentional? Was he under the influence of something?
No, but he's in therapy for PTSD.
Okay. All right, Miss Bridgeford, unfortunately, this is a domestic violence matter, so I have to take that up under consideration. If he's required to stay away, it may be for a certain time period until we lift the stay away. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And if you encourage him to come back home, and the police find out, his bond could be revoked and he could end up back in jail. So please keep this in mind. Right? Please mute your screen. Thank you. Ms. Tate?
Yes, Your Honor, my client is 23 years old. He is an active member of the U.S. Marine Corps. It has been for almost 5 years now. He has been deployed. He does currently work at Georgia Tech as an HVAC technician. He does work to provide for his family. He has a 10-month-old child with the complaining witness. She has indicated that she wants contact with him. He has very little history. He does receive treatment for disability at the VA. And Your Honor, he does deny the allegations as stated in the warrant. Even according to the warrant, she was the first aggressor. He denies any allegations of violence towards her and states that he was in a dangerous situation and she was traveling at an extremely high rate of speed. I don't know. I feel like the reckless conduct is not him in this case, Your Honor. I think going 110 miles an hour in a car is a cause for a passenger to try to stop you. Your Honor, he does anyway deny the allegations as stated in the warrant. He has very little criminal history. He is an active member of the U.S. Marine Corps. He's 23 years old, gainfully employed. I would ask for a signature bond through pretrial services. And as the complaining witness has indicated, I would request no violent contact and no stay away, Your Honor. They do live together.
All right. On the reckless conduct, that's going to be $1,000 surety bond. On the simple battery family violence, that's a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 3. He would only need to pay on the $1,000 portion either through his a bonding company or through from his own pocket. But on the count 1, it's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services. So once he posts his bond, he would need to report to pretrial once a week. He shall have no further violent contact with Holly Bridgeford. He's allowed to have contact with her and he can return home if he wishes to do so. However, he would be required to report to pretrial once a week, and within 30 days of being released, he shall enroll in a domestic violence intervention program and pay for the classes out of his own pocket. He must attend and complete all 26 classes without missing or skipping any classes and provide the certificate of completion to pretrial. Furthermore, he shall be compliant with all medication and treatment that he's currently receiving, and he has to schedule his next treatment within 14 days from upon being released. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons and no firearms. So he would need to let his reporting commander or supervisor or whoever is the person in charge of his particular military unit know that he's got this bond order that requires him to not handle, own, or possess any firearms. Thank you.
Position number 4, Mr. Fitzpatrick.
Oh, I'm sorry. And his next court date is going to be April 3rd unless he bonds out.
Okay.
Position 4. Okay. This is Monquise Fitzpatrick, accused of 3 counts of simple battery family violence from March 21st, 2025, accusation 25 CR 1504Y. Mr. Fitzpatrick, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Atay. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
10th arrest. 2022 driving without a valid license. Couple of parole violations from 08. That's it.
Mr. White, yes, sir.
Who is this? Is this
This
mine?
is position 4, Monquise Fitzpatrick.
I'm handling
That's
that
not
one.
mine. Sorry.
All right, Ms. Fawcett, yes. What's the state's recommendation?
Your Honor, if you will allow me, can I briefly put the facts on the record?
You may put the alleged facts on the record.
Yes, Your Honor. The alleged facts are that the victim, Michelle Mays, overheard an altercation between her grandson and her daughter's boyfriend, the defendant. She reported witnessing him grab her grandson by the collar aggressively. She intervened and successfully separated them, at which point she stated that he struck her on the side of the head. Mrs. Mays then advised that after warning the defendant not to touch her grandson again, he proceeded to grab the child in the same manner. The child, the juvenile victim in the case, confirmed and added that the defendant threw a rock at him as well, striking him in the leg. The state's recommendation is $4,000 surety bond for each of the three charges for an aggregate bond of $3,000. No further contact with Michelle Mays or the juvenile victim in this case, Christopher Traylor, and a stay away from the location of the incident, which is 985 People Street, Southwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30310.
That's peoples like regular people or PEE?
PEEPLES, Your Honor.
Okay. Is there a Michelle Mays on Zoom? Miss Mays, if you'd like to unmute and start your video. If you'd like to add anything. All right.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, but you'll need your video on. Miss Grace, if you could prompt the...
Kelly,
Oh my goodness.
come help me. Start my video. There you go. Hi.
Hello. Miss Mays, did you want to add anything?
Okay, I got it, baby.
Would you
I
like,
got it.
would you
You
like
there?
to add anything to court?
Yes.
Right, raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. All right, Miss Mace, your Wi-Fi is not performing well, so you're not coming through clearly. All right, Miss. Miss Mace, you will have to leave the Zoom and then come back in because your Wi-Fi is not stable. No, we can't hear you at all. All right, Mr. Tay, anything to add?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 40 years old. He does not live at that People's Street address, so we would have no objection to a stay away and no further contact. He has, he does have history from 18 years ago, Your Honor. I think it was 18 years ago. They said, well, 2008. Other than that, the last arrest was in 2022 for not, I guess, no valid license on his person. So I would say his history is limited. He has lived in Georgia. Let's see. He's lived in Georgia all his life, Your Honor. He was disciplining the 12-year-old child, his stepson. He has been in his life for the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
He is a cook, Your Honor, and was working at a sports bar. He is also through the Arthur Blank Foundation, working to get his GED and his HVAC certification. He does go to school Monday to Friday for that. I did speak with the complaining witness. She stated that that she loves him. She doesn't want him to return to the address, but she's not afraid of him. She stated that he does probably suffer from PTSD because his mother was killed in front of him when he was 5 years old. And then recently he saw two boys in the neighborhood get killed in front of him. He says that he was disciplining the 12-year-old child, who the grandmother tells me she's trying to send to boarding school because he doesn't listen to anybody in the house, including her. He does deny the allegations as stated in the warrant. He was stabbed in the neck, Your Honor. I would ask for a signature bond through pretrial services. If a signature bond cannot be granted, I would ask for a much lower bond than what the state is asking for.
Ms.
But I do
Mays?
think he is qualified for a signature bond through pretrial services.
Okay, Ms. Mays, if you want to unmute and try it again.
Mute. Can you hear me now?
Yes, what would you like to say?
I would like to say that he needs his pursuit of happiness is a way of life given back to him so he can feel whole as a man because he has a record and I informed that he need to get it expunged, but it is in DeKalb County, so he can do what he needs to do for himself and move on with his life. But he needs to get his disability. He broke his foot playing basketball years ago, and he's disabled and he needs counseling. He needs someone to help him.
Does he live with you at People Street?
No, ma'am, he goes back and forth. He lives with my sister.
All right, and so he has a different address?
Well, 985 is where he be most of the time, but his mailing address is 2477 Charleston Terrace.
I'm sorry, repeat that again?
2477 Charleston Terrace.
Charleston Terrace, okay.
Yes, which is my sister in Decatur, Georgia. I think it's 334.
All right. And does CT, the stepson, the child, live with you?
Yes, ma'am. Which is
Okay. Thank you so much. Anything else?
Just get him some help. Get his record expunged for him so he can. He's real smart. He's smart than a fifth grader because I'm not. But he needs the victim of crime because he never received help. You know, and his grandmother had a nervous breakdown raising four of them.
Okay.
And he just give him a chance.
All right.
So he can just proceed with this knowledge that he have and move forward.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please mute your screen, Ms. Mace. On count one is going to be $1,000 surety. On count two is a 1,500 surety signature bond through pretrial services. Count three is a 1,500 signature bond through pretrial services. This is going to be a $4,000 split bond. Next court date is April 3rd, unless Mr. Fitzpatrick pays the partial bond. Mr. Fitzpatrick, you have a split bond. That means that part of your bond will be through pretrial signature bond, and the $1,000 portion is the amount that you would have to post to a bonding company or out of your own pocket. You are to have no further contact. You are to stay 200 yards away from Michelle Mace and the juvenile identified as CT. You are to stay away from 985 People Street in Atlanta, Georgia. You're not allowed to return to that location even if the homeowner invites you. The only way you can return to that location or have any contact is if your bond order is amended. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. And you'll be required to attend and complete a domestic violence intervention program. You are to enroll in this program within 30 days of being released. This is a series of 26 classes, and you will attend and complete every one without missing or skipping them. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons and firearms. Thank you.
What's your level?
Level 1. Thank you. Ms. Mace, you're free to go.
Number 6, Martin.
Tanner Blade Martin is accused of willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer and possession and use of a drug-related object, case 25 CR 1503J. This is from March 16th of this year. Mr. Martin, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney will be Mr. Tay. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
Oh yeah. I forgot to put how many arrests, but on probation out of Coweta County. Theft by receiving. On probation out of Troup County. theft by taking, entering auto. He's wanted out of Dodge County on a probation for ag assault, wanted out of Columbus for vehicle theft, 2022 parole violation, 2017 obtain or give inmate prohibited item without authorization, conviction.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. Who is it, Ms. Fawcett? What's the recommendation, please?
Yes, Your Honor. The alleged facts are that while on patrol, East Point police officers were flagged down by a store employee regarding the defendant being involved in a prior shoplifting incident. Upon investigating the incident, officers encountered the defendant and attempted to detain him. The defendant fled after being commanded by officers to stop fleeing. Additionally, he was found to be in possession of a glass pipe. The recommendation is $1,000 surety bond on each of the two charges for an aggregate bond of $2,000.
Mr. Tate?
Yes, Your Honor, my client is 30 years old. He has lived in Georgia all his life. He has been struggling with homelessness for the last month. He does have the foreign county hold in Dodge, and I guess another hold in Columbus. He was arrested on the 16th, Your Honor. He was taken to Grady for what the affidavit for arrest states as minor lacerations to the face. He's been in Grady for the last 6 days for those minor lacerations, which actually it was a broken jaw, a broken nose, and teeth missing and broken. So, Your Honor, he does have the foreign county holds. It's a willful obstruction and possession and use of drug-related objects. I would ask for a signature bond through the jail so that he can be released to those two holds and also get the medical care that he still needs for his teeth, Your Honor.
It's going to be 500 on each count, and that's going to be $1,000 signature bond through the jail and with a release only to any of his pending holds. Thank you. Make sure he maintains a current address with the courts so that we can send him his next court summons.
Position number 7.
Just 1 second. Please remove Joe Smith from the Zoom. She's driving. Miss Grace, please do that. Thank you. Daniel on wannabe accused of theft by taking from February 20th of this year, case number 25 CR 1497G. Mr. Onwanabe, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Miss Ate, is it? Yeah. Are you? Oh, is it Miss Madison?
It's Miss Madison, Your Honor.
Okay. Any prize, Mr. Howard?
Second, 2023 simple battery dismissed.
Okay. Mr. White, any recommendation?
He already has a $1,500 surety bond already in place. The state is okay with that, and a stay away from the incident location, which is racetrack at 2645 Old Milton Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons. That's all from the state.
Thank you. Bond is set at 1,000. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services level 1. And Mr. Onwanabe, you can be released on the signature bond, but you're required to report to pretrial once a month. You have to stay 200 yards away from the racetrack gas station at 2655 Old Milton Parkway in Alpharetta. If you are seen within 200 yards of that location, you will be arrested again and brought back to jail, and the signature bond will be revoked. Ms. Madison, I presume you don't have any objections?
I don't, Your Honor, and it's my understanding his family had already posted bond on what the previous bond was already set for. But Your Honor, we are super happy about the signature bond.
Well, if he's posted bond, then that's it. If they've already paid the money, then they're out.
Yeah, I believe they paid it to the bonding company, Your Honor, this morning. However, it's still not showing in the system. But Your Honor, obviously I don't want to backtrack. If you said at a signature bond, we're hoping that that's what it would be set at, Your Honor.
Let's see now. Deputy, do you have any information if bond was posted in this case?
I've tried several times and no, I didn't see anything posted.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep it at the release bond unless then if he's already paid it and that hits the system, that will preempt the signature bond. But in either event, he's required to stay away from the racetrack. Otherwise, he'll be back in jail.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Number 10, Mr. Robinson.
Is this Ronald Robeson?
Yes.
Accused of fair evasion and criminal trespass, case number 25 CR 1499D from March 21st of this year. Mr. Robeson, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is Ms. Madison. Any prize, Mr. Howard?
40. 2024 trespass. 2024 fair evasion trespass conviction. 2024 a CWAC conviction, misdemeanor. 28.
That's good. Thank you. Appreciate it, Mr. Howard. Mr. White, I'm sorry, Ms. Simmons, both ASGs had their
Sorry.
muted. Sorry, just, that's okay. Ms. Simmons, yes, ma'am. What's the
Yes,
recommendation?
Your Honor. The state's recommendation is with respect to the fair evasion count, a $2,500 surety bond, and the criminal trespass count, another $2,500 surety bond, for a total aggregate bond of $5,000.
Thank you. Ms. Madison, any response?
Yes, Your Honor. This is a fair evasion case, not, a super serious violent case or anything of that sort. My client has informed me that he is not currently working and has no income whatsoever, so he would be unable to post any money towards a surety bond. Your Honor, he's also informed me that he does have mental health concerns that he does need to seek treatment for. So, Your Honor, we are requesting that you please consider granting him a signature bond.
Well, unfortunately, with his numerous arrests just in 2024 alone, he on the fair evasion is going to be 500. The criminal trespass is 500. This is $1,000 surety bond to stay away from all MARTA property, including the stations, the trains, and the buses. And I'm going to require him to have a social worker visit. No illegal drugs, alcohol, and weapons. Next court date is April 3rd.
Well, Your Honor, I would ask if it would be possible for me to please be placed in a breakout room with my client. He did inform me that if he wasn't granted a signature bond, that he would likely be wanting to dispose of his case today, if possible. I'm not sure if it would have to be reset to that April 3rd date, but I believe he might not be able to actually get out with the bond that you just mentioned.
Okay, if you put your phone number to courtroom 2, they will call you because right now I'm still using courtroom 2 for other cases.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Next case, Miss Deputy.
Good afternoon, Beth.
Oh, ACDC, yeah.
I just have an announcement. Position number 5 is a private attorney, so he was reset.
Position number 5 is a reset. I'm sorry, Kevin Foster. For what reason?
Private attorney.
For private attorney. Okay.
And private attorney was Nicole Fagan.
And she asked for the reset?
No, we tried contacting her. We didn't receive an answer or anything. So he said that he preferred to have his attorney present.
All right. Is Mr. Fagan in the courtroom?
No, that's Mr. Foster.
I'm sorry, is Mr. Foster in the courtroom?
No, we took him back earlier.
All right. This will not be a Riverside issue if he asks us for the reset. So defendant Kevin Foster requests a reset so that his private counsel will be available. And if Ms. Fagan is not available today, the case is reset to Monday, which is March 24th at 2 p.m. And this won't be a Riverside issue.
Did the court say Mr. Foster had asked for a reset? Okay.
Is that whom you spoke with, Ms. McLeod?
I haven't spoken with him, Your Honor, but I was asked to represent him. So I had sent a message to courtroom 2 to say that I needed to speak with him. But if he does have private counsel that he wants to wait on, that's fine.
All right, Deputy, if there's a way to get him back, if he wants to speak, otherwise he won't be seen till Monday, but it's entirely up to him. All right, I'm going to ACDC then. Francois, who do we have, please?
Good afternoon, Judge Law. This is going to be position number 11, Ms. Robinson.
Okay, this announcement for the two individuals who have cases against them at Fulton County ACDC. My name is Judge Law. We're going to be addressing each of your cases on a one-on-one basis. Please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court during this virtual proceeding, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, a member from the Public Defender's Office or Conflict Defense List will represent you. Position number 11 is Trinity Robinson, accused of giving false information to an officer from September 5th of last year. Case number 25CR1500F. Mr. Howard, any priors?
9. 2023 theft by receiver. 2023 a vice charge. 2022 FTA. 2020 FTA. 2016 obstruction giving false name. And has a felony bench warrant.
Okay. Ms. Simmons?
Yes, Your Honor. This defendant is being held on an FTA for a pending aggravated assault. And I did see a note that to hold without bond in Odyssey.
That's typically for the bench warrant. So
Yes, Your Honor. But with respect to this particular charge, the state will be asking for a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial or through the jail.
okay. I presume no objections, Ms. Madison?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. On the giving false information, that's going to be $1,000 signature bond through the jail, but to only be released to any pending holds. So since she has a felony hold, she won't be released until further order of the court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, that was $1,000 SOB through the jail, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Position number 9, Ms. Randall Edwards.
Kenya Randall Edwards, hyphenated last name, case 25CR1498F, is accused of 2 counts of unlawful possession, display, or use of a false, fraudulent, or altered identification document, and 1 count of driving while license suspended or revoked from March 20th of this year. Ms. Randall Edwards, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Ms. Madison. Any priors?
Yeah, hold on one moment. Let me see something real quick. All right. Yeah, 4th arrest, 2024 armed robbery, home invasion, ag assault, was dismissed. 2023 disorderly conduct dismissed. And a 2020 kidnapping out of Walton County that appears to be open.
Mr. White?
Yeah, the state is recommending for the fraudulent identification documents, is 2 of them, $500 surety bonds for the first one and $500 surety bond for the second one, and a $1,000 surety bond for the driving on suspended license.
Okay.
That's from the state.
And Ms. Madison?
Yes, Your Honor. My client has informed me that she is not currently working and she is currently financially responsible for her 3 children who are 9, 8, and 3. She's also in the midst of obtaining her GED at this time, and she is unable to afford any type of surety bond any way whatsoever, Your Honor. We're hoping that you would consider granting her a signature bond, considering the nature of the actual charges.
Right. Count 1 and count 2 are 500 signature bond through the jail, and count 3 is $1,000 surety. This is a $2,000 split bond. No driving unless she has a valid driver's license, adequate insurance, and proper registration. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no firearms. That handgun in the car, if that belongs to her, it has to be surrendered to the authorities within 14 days of being released from from the jail, and it must be surrendered for destruction. She's not allowed to own any firearms on her person, in her home, or in her vehicle, anywhere near her. Next court date is April 3rd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, you said it was a $2,000 split bond, so you have $1,000 SOB through the jail, and then the other 1,000 is a surety. Is that correct?
That would be correct. 500 on each count of the unlawful possession of the fake ID. So it's 500 signature bond through the jail, 500 signature bond through jail, and driving while license suspended, $1,000 surety.
Thank you. All right, that's it, Judge. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Madison, have you had a chance to confer with your client, Mr. Robeson?
I have, and I was interested in speaking with the state regarding this case to see if they would potentially be willing to agree to a probation offer to plea out the case. My client has informed me that he doesn't have anybody that could post his bond. He doesn't have any funds, and that he would be willing to agree to a probation offer for the case.
We'll consider his plea on on April 3rd.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Courtroom 2. All right, let's just go over the calendar. Position number 1, Jordan Blue has been released, and that case is further notice. Position 2 is a 3,500 split bond with a DVIP requirement, reset April 3rd. Position 3 is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial, level 1. Position 4, Fitzpatrick, is a $4,000 split bond, reset date to April 3rd with a DBIP requirement. That's also, the split portion is pretrial level 1. Position 5, Kevin Foster, is reset to Monday, March 24th at 2 p.m. at defense request, not a Riverside issue. Position 6, Tanner Martin, is a $1,000 signature bond through the jail with a release to any pending holds. Position 7 is a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial, level 1. And position 8, Randall, is a $1,000 surety bond. Reset date is April 3rd. Position 9, Randall Edwards, it's a $2,000 split bond. Reset April 3rd. Position 10, Roberson, is I think it was a $1,000 surety bond with a social worker visit. Reset dates April 3rd. Position 11, Robinson, is a $1,000 signature bond through the jail, released to any pending holds. Any corrections to be made? No? All right, folks. You all have a great Saturday. Enjoy the weekend. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.